Hello everybody, this is Toyzaros, and for this new figure unboxing and review we're going to be looking at something that in all honesty I just cannot wait to see. This is of course the Takara Missing Link Optimus Prime, or Convoy as he was known in Japan. This is just for the animated version C02. I do have the toy version which I'll be reviewing and uploading separately. So in this video we are of course going to unbox him in a second, have a look at the entire contents of the packaging. We're going to do a very brief, and I mean brief, comparison with the original cab. Main reason I'm going to do a full comparison detailed video as well. We are of course going to bring in some other Optimus Prime figures just to, I suppose, see how close the articulation is to the newer ones, and honestly I don't really know what else to say apart from thanks to Robot Recruits, which is where this came from. And also I know I'm a little later than a lot of people who I know who've got this, but the thing with this is I've managed to completely stay away from any reviews. Now I've obviously seen pictures of this particular figure because I put loads of pictures on the videos that I did for the news ones. If you're wondering what this outer packaging is, I believe this is because we're in Britain, so what I mean by that is if you're outside of Japan, you get these additional little packages, little boxes, which does exactly that. It confirms that it's an authentic Takara product. Now the thing with this is I don't have any reissue Optimus Primes at all. Granted, I've probably got too many Optimus Primes, but don't have any reissues, so I can not confirm if this is the exact same box, which I think it is. Oh, look at that, the exact same box as what the reissue cab came in. So yeah, there is that is pretty much how you saw the Convoy box. Again, I'll show you that in the toy review as well. So we've got of course the Takara logo there. This looks sensational, and you've got some proper weight here, which of course means that we've got the die cast in there, which we are fully expecting. I love the fact that they've got C02, so that's obviously going to stand. People might think it might be standing for Convoy. I would believe it would be standing for Cybertrons, which was the Japanese word for Autobot, which is of course it's the same as their other figures. Once again, we can see there that this is going to be the animated one because we've got the coloured in bumper and the slightly tinted window screens. Ironically enough, the window screens were only blue with the Japanese version of what was it, the Goodbye Convoy set, and you know what, I'm lucky enough to have that, so I might have to get that out of the box just to add. Oh, there's two bits of tape, completely confused me there, just to bring that in as well. I've got a few of my Optimus Primes, but I for some reason didn't even think of getting that one out, and funnily enough that is, oh no, there's three bits of tape. Right, I should have looked at this properly. I'm just too excited to get in and have a look at it. So brilliant, same as they used to have. There is, well, these used to be the robot points, and in Japan they very cleverly decided on putting the robot points on the inner flaps for the reason obviously you wouldn't have to destroy your box to cut them off the back. Genius idea. We've also got, oh look at that, polystyrene inserts, which is fantastic. We should have, I've got to have a look at this because as I say, I've not seen anything. I'm imagining that it's going to be exactly the same as G1. It looks exactly the same as G1. It is of course the G1 mold. I'll probably sound a little bit daft. Now what's this? Oh, there's a sticker sheet. Now I was not expecting a sticker sheet. I was perhaps expecting, you know, tampographs or things like that on. I'm sure most of you know that this is a tech spec decoder. If you don't, or if you're young and have no idea what this is what we used to do as kids to read the stats. Unfortunately though, unless you can read Japanese, you're not going to know what any of that is meaning. It's brilliant. Look, it's exactly the same paraphernalia, but just of course with Missing Link on it. These were used, there you go, that's pretty much pre-Transformers, or one of the very first Diaclone posters of, as you can see here, Convoy and the Transformers. I'm gonna have to do a separate video on that because that's beautiful. We have of course got a collector's card, which again is the same with all Takara, and I don't know why we need instructions because it's just going to be as simple as, oh no it's not. Wow, that completely confused me. I thought it was going to be the same as Optimus Prime, well sorry, the G1 figure, where it looks like you just pulled. Anyway, I'm going to have a look at that, but before we do, let's just look at it. Yep, And it's, again, I love the way they do this in Japan. Everything has got its own corresponding number. So again, if you're going to buy this in the secondary market and it's, you know, they may have used a reissue in it, and you will now know because this has got C02, which corresponds to the packaging. So that's just a bit of advice for you guys out there if you're buying this a lot later on from when these were released. Now you're supposed to, oh, beautiful, look at that. We've got the large gun as well. This is going to be really interesting to be able to put the gun in his hands and the axe with it being able to point forward. So what I mean by that is, because of how the old ones always were, you could never have the gun pointing forwards. You just never could, which was obviously one of them crazy things. Right, there's the Matrix. That looks stunning. I'm hoping I can do this all in one take, guys, but apologies, that's completely confused me. I did not expect this at all. I expected it to just be the G1 cab, which again, I know I keep saying, and it sounds obvious, okay, this is the French one with the red feet, but it's the same dimensions. The tires look different. Do the wheels look different? The wheels are rubber, the same as the original, so they've got brilliant rolling on it. They look to be, or maybe mine are just really, yeah, the chrome on them, it's just sensational. Look at that. I love chrome on figures. The headlights, of course, yeah, the headlights are different because on G1 you could put, excuse the broken bumper on this one, you'd have to put the fists in the headlights as the hands, but as I've just seen on there, they're going to, it looks like they're folding underneath. We are of course going to have a look at that in a second. The tires feel nice and soft, nice and springy. There's extra joints there. This is amazing. It looks like this is die cast as well, you can tell by the touch, but it's exactly the same as generation 1, so it looks like this is going to fit in there. Oh, have I put it in upside down? You see, I've got no idea what I'm doing here. I really don't want to stop though. I want to just go all in one take, so it's all genuine reactions, which you can see what it is. That's amazing. That's just going to fit inside there. So smokestacks, do they, I don't want to pull it out, because the original ones you could take the top bit out and they would be able to move, and I think most primes enabled you to do this. It's helped me in the years since, because what you've been able to do then is when you could package these up safely, but I don't want to do that. Right, I've noticed that these of course are stickers and these aren't, so these are in fact painted on, which is great. And it's just your standard bumper there, so obviously it's not the smooth bumper, which I don't think it would be. There's a rub sign even on the top. They've left nothing out. I feel like doing, you know, the Richard Hammond from Jurassic Park, like no expense spared sort of thing. And I can't believe this, there's fists inside there. I don't know where I thought the fists came from, to be honest. I genuinely perhaps thought that you just reattach them. I did not know at all that it was a part of the it's already built into the arm. Oh wow. And you can even open and close the fingers. I really didn't know any of this. That used to be, oh, typically I've got one with no stickers on. That used to be a decal, which I haven't got on that one. Everything is really stiff. Now I've noticed on the instructions there, yeah, that's what it's saying to do about pulling the arms out. So we're going to have a go at that. This is frighteningly scarily stiff, but because it's brand new, I'm not too worried. If it was like obviously an old vintage one, I'd probably be a lot more apprehensive and indeed pensive. Right, here we go. Wow, that's really stiff as well. Oh, that's it's amazing. No, yeah, that's what I've just noticed. So you can't, obviously with the old school cabs, you would just literally do that and it pulls the legs apart. So that's something to be aware of. If you are still waiting for your copy, please do not just pull that down, because it looks like you are going to snap this part here. So I think we've got to, oh yep, there we go. We've got to turn these out. Is that going to fold up there? I can't believe this. That can't fold up there, can it? No, it's going to stay at the side. But then it looks like these are going to slide out. Yep, they are. So these are in fact going to slide. Yep, there you go. It's a really good job I checked the instructions, because I would have just literally pulled them apart. So yeah, make sure you pull these apart. It looks like they're on a slide plate, and of course you can then bring the feet up as well. This is ridiculous. It's crazy. Oh wow, you've even, yep, so you've got the is that right? Let's have a look at this properly. Oh, there's ratchets on it. This is brilliant. This is like Christmas 1984 all over again for myself. The head sculpt is beautiful. There's obviously no light piping, that is just really well painted. The arms, this is going to be nuts. Go up to do a T, they go all the way around. Yep, they do. There's this, wow, there's ratchets in the arms. There's full ratchets in the arms. There's a swivel. There's a swivel on the wrist. This this is nuts. Is there a waist swivel? If I move things out of the way, is there a waist swivel? There is really, but I don't know if is it supposed to? I think it just goes as far. There's a slight swivel there. I'm obviously not going to twist it too far. These can come right out, which is crazy. They swivel, yes they do, they swivel just below the hip as well. There's even ratchets in the knees. There's ratchets in the knees, and even to the point it'll kick forward. There's obviously, oh no way, there's a full ankle tilt, toe and rock, and yes, this is die cast as well. So just again to reiterate, that's probably one of the most commonly asked questions of the movie reissue figures that I constantly get asked. Like people actually comment saying, oh, it's a shame there's no plastic, there's no die cast anymore. This is exactly the same. Basically what I'm trying to say is the metal on here is exactly the same as the metal on there. So you've got the die cast in the toes, the die cast in the front of the cab. Yeah, just it's pretty much, as I say, the same mold, just massively modified. You've got a big gap at the back, which of course you should have. I know a lot of people don't like it, but that's the way it should be. This is the G1 figure, and it's got a gap in the back. So yeah, as I say, this is the standard, so it's got the slightly, this is the toy version, so you've got the orange windows. These are slightly blue. Let's have a look. What, again, for the first time ever, Generation Optimus 1. Generation 1 Optimus Prime can actually put the gun forwards. That's crazy. This, does that go in there? I don't know how to use this. Does it open up? I'm working things out. Ah, there we go. So this will slot. So you're just going to slot this over as well. If only the original figure had come with this. So many times, you know, so many times we've seen that scene. And I'm useless at posing figures, so I feel really bad for what I can do. I've seen some of the craziest pictures ever, and I've seen the fact that he can balance. He does pretty much have a twist. Look, no way. Oh, that's Generation 1 Optimus Prime, able to pretty much balance on one leg whilst leaning in and shooting his gun. That's insane. There's ratchets here. The chrome is beautiful. I'm gonna be so skint if they carry on with the missing link and just do every single figure that they've got the molds for. Really, totally am. Right, I'm going to bring in a few other primes now. So this is a standard, yeah, that's a standard Hasbro G1 Prime. And I'm going to bring in, of course, the Netflix version. Oh, there's one thing to check, actually. It looks like he does. Does he have an ab crunch, or am I doing... Oh, my days, he does. Yes, he does. That was really scary. It does. It takes a bit of force. Yes, but he does. He has a genuine ab crunch as well. Apologies for the reflection. I can just see in the camera below me. Right, so we've pretty much got... It's funny, it's the other way around, though, isn't it? No, it's the other way around. So we've got oldest, next in line, and then the newest. And that's just crazy, even saying that out loud. What else have we got? I don't think there's anything else at the moment to show you with this. What I want to do is just bring in a few other cabs, just a few. So these are limited edition, again, Japanese figures. So that's Jafcon Prime. And there's one of me BAPE, as they're known, bathing ape on. So that's the green. So imagine if they start doing all of these. Imagine if they revisit all of the uses of what they call Convoy. That would be truly nuts. I think one more thing that I want to try, and I don't know if it will work, but I'm presuming it will, because you can, I'm sure with his fingers you should be able to hold the matrix from what I've just seen. I could be completely wrong. As I say, I'm going to see if you can, and then unfortunately I am going to just have to put something at the end rather than being all one take. I'm going to go and get my Goodbye Convoy Optimus Prime, just to see if well, just to show you, as I say, the blue. on the windows just to see if it's exactly the same. Now it looks, will these go in enough? Maybe. The shoulders, these roll in. Do they come in anymore? I want to try and see if I can get, even though it was never him, it was obviously always Rodimus Prime. You can just about, guys, just about get the Matrix. You probably can do a bit better than that, to be honest. This is my first ever experience with this figure, so maybe if I could work out the limbs and everything a little bit more, you could in fact get it, but that's good enough for me. All right, I'm going to go and get my Goodbye Convoy, and let's just have a look at the windows, see if they're the same. Okay, so I did just want to tag this on the end. Now they pretty much are. Thankfully there's enough. Oh, he's taller. I didn't realize this one is fractionally taller than the Generation 1 mold. Now correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, guys. Obviously if I get anything wrong, please do let me know. I don't pretend to know everything. So up until I believe now, this I suppose special edition of Optimus Prime, or Convoy again as he was known in Japan, this 1986 Goodbye, and the reason why it was called Goodbye was because obviously it was because he'd gone in the movie. Yeah, the only way that you could get the blue tinted windows for your Optimus Prime, in all of the versions it was slightly darker by the looks of it, and obviously all the subsequent versions of him, etc. I don't think I've ever seen one, but as I say, I don't own the reissues. I'm open, you know, completely, if I'm wrong just correct me, but there you go. So, and also, yeah, if you want to see videos on Goodbye Convoy, any of the JAFCons, they are of course uploaded on this channel as well. Look how refreshing that is. As I say, no fists. What I meant before about the decals, you can see here they're molded on, and the same on the forearms as well. I'm blown away by this figure. I do have the other one to review. I'm going to do an in-depth comparison as well for you all, just so you can see the main differences. But if you haven't received yours yet and you are waiting for them as well, like I'm waiting for my other copy, you are in for an absolute treat, guys. This is a stunning figure. Let me know what you think in the comments. Take care.